Hi, all my beautiful people. So, I tried to do a review of upcoming tarot decks, and that video did not go as planned. But I thought in the meantime I would do a review of decks I got for the holidays. But first I want to say it's just, it is Saturday, January 24th here. And in the States, we are having a Nazi regime takeover, and I'm not going to mince my words. I want to say to all the people, and there was another shooting by Gestapo of a person who was just filming, which is their right to do. So it's a lot of heavy energy, and I know a lot of us are finding it difficult to grapple with. So I saw a post, I think it was on Threads, about how nobody told me that when Nazis and fascists took over, that I was still gonna have to think about what to make for dinner and do the laundry. And I think that's how we're all feeling. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's like this dichotomy. There's these two different like things going on. There's all these energies and emotions coming at us, and yet we're still kind of expected to do these mundane things, and it's wild. So I just want to say to Minneapolis, to St. Paul, Chicago, Portland, LA, Maine, I mean, obviously they're everywhere, but those are some of the places where a lot of the truly horrific things are going on so far, are happening. I want to send you safety. I want to send you strength, because we are here. We are fighting with you in spirit, and many of us are doing what we can in whatever capacity we have to help. And to everybody, I just want everybody to be safe, especially with so many winter storms raging across America right now. So everybody just stay safe. We will fight this horrificness if we stand united and do what we can as a collective. Now, that being said, let's try to talk about tarot. So, one deck I was really excited about for getting is the Magdalene, and I'm also, going to launch Seeing AI, show you a little bit how I read. So, the Magdalene Oracle, An Ocean of Love. What's so funny? By Tony Carmine Solano. Why are you laughing? Cameraman, why are you laughing? Okay. So this deck, I really was excited about, and I'm really liking. What are you laughing at? Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
Just a YouTube short about it. Remembered.
Okay. So this deck is, okay, can you zoom in on a card? Is that upright? Is it upright? Okay.
Yes.
So this, for those of you who can see, these are kind of how the cards look. They have kind of I don't know if abstract is the right way to describe this. There's a lot of kind of early Christian / Greek imagery. Let's just see what this one is. The Secret. Launch Be My Eyes. So the first app I was using is called Seeing AI. It is made for blind and low vision people that just reads the text. So I hold the phone over something, and if there's text, it will read the text. This app is called Be My Eyes, and I take a picture, and it just it will describe. So it just describes to me what the card, any imagery in the card. Now, cameraman, can you describe, what do you think that looks like?
A face.
It looks like a face.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like abstracty though.
Yeah.
And what are the colors in the card?
Red, yellow, orange,
Yeah.
black.
So I'm really getting into Oracle decks. I like this deck. Now the cardstock's nice. It doesn't feel real chintzy. However, these are those cards that they kind of stick together. So see, I'm trying to like get this to go into the deck and it's not going into the deck. Oh my God, that's worse than it usually is. So they're a little hard to shuffle. They're also bigger, and I don't have like the biggest hands. I don't have little teeny tiny lady bird hands, but I don't have the biggest hands. And so these are not the easiest to shuffle. I've only been working with these for, well, I guess about a month now. So I'm hoping over time they'll loosen up, because they're still, I use them almost daily and they're still pretty, a little difficult to shuffle, but not super, super bad, but not the easiest. But I do really like these. And I've been pairing these with my, let me get these put away. Oh, and I like the booklet because everything's alphabetical, which is, for particularly as a blind or low vision person, if I'm just like flipping through trying to find the right page, and again using the apps on my phone, and it's taking me forever to find the card, if I want like the corresponding sort of like meaning of it or something, that's really frustrating. And so this has been fantastic that it is in alphabetical order and also numerical order. So, you know, for instance, I pulled The Secret, so I know, okay, I have to find S's, and I don't remember, did that have a number on it, Declan? Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Okay. But I've been pairing this with my Love Goddess. Let me just make sure I get. Goddess of Love Tarot. And who wrote this? Who did this one? Gabriel, okay. Can you read who it was written by and who the illustrator is?
It's upside down. Yeah. Gilbert
Gabriel
Harris.
Hirschstick,
Yeah.
something like that.
So,
Very German sounding.
yeah.
And then the illustrator.
Juliet Provadi. I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's okay. Julia, let's see if it'll scan it better. Julia, yeah, whatever. This deck I actually have had for a while, but it's pairing really well with this Magdalene Oracle. I'm not going to show you the cards because most of these cards I can't show on YouTube, but I will say these cards are well shuffled. Again, the cardstock's nice. It's more, I call it shiny cardstock because it feels smooth, and I associate that with being shiny, and not more of a texture. But these do shuffle very nicely. So that's been nice to pair that with the Magdalene Oracle. Now we have where'd my phone go? Where'd my phone go? Why do you keep laughing? Okay, that is the one that okay, so my best friend got me the Mermaid Oracle. The Mermaid Oracle, Magical Messages of Healing, Lucy Cavendish, which is a pretty well-known name. And again, I think all these are pretty much mass market, but The Mermaid Oracle, I literally have only drawn from this twice now. But I do like it. I'm very connected with mermaids. I'm really into sort of siren sorcery and glamour magic. Sometimes I'll talk about glamour magic because my glamour magic's very different than what you're gonna find from most people. But these cards, in terms of sort of their theme and literally the 2 times I've drawn with them so far, I've really gotten a good read from them, a good energy. Now, these cards are, oops, for frick's sake.
Sacrifice. There are those with thinking. There are those that will destroy you.
Okay, is that upside down or?
Yeah.
It's upside down?
Yeah.
Is she's appropriately clothed?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe what this card looks like? Because I don't feel like doing it.
Pretty much say the equivalent of a goth mermaid.
A goth mermaid? Ooh.
All black. Even the seashells in her hair. Black hair, pale skin, black sea, black everything.
Now, let's see. Tell me, is that the front? Is that the picture?
Yeah.
I don't know how diverse these images are. I'm hoping they're diverse because based on some of the book that I've read, it seems like they would be into a little bit more inclusive energy, but I can't fully attest to that yet. These are a smoother cardstock. They are a thicker cardstock. When I'm shuffling like this, just kind of doing one into them, they do it fine. These are pretty big as well though. So shuffling them, and they're very stiff still because I've not worked with these a whole lot, but also mostly because of their size. They just are not the greatest at shuffling. But the couple of times I have drawn from this deck, I have really liked it. And these right now I've been pairing with my, is that upright?
Upside, wait. Yes. Yes.
My Mermaid and Fairy Tarot. That pairs kind of nicely together. Almost done. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a box opening. Okay, which ones are these?
Select. Mark.
Books.
Dispatch. 14. Tap. Select one.
Books.
Discard. Discovery. Beauty. Tarot.
Okay,
Sophic. Beauty. Tarot. Sophia Little.
that one is not one of the new ones. It was all roomy. Wait, no, but okay, but we will talk about these ones. Okay, so this is the Deviant Moon Tarot. I sort of bought these on a whim because, much like anything pink, when I hear moon, I kind of have to have it. And I don't really need context to what it is. These are very steampunky, and I think it might be based on a book or a book series. If it is, I'm not very familiar with it, but I think it might be. Now, these, I'll show you the imagery in a minute. They're narrow cards, as you can see. They're a narrow deck, which is a little awkward at first when you're shuffling. You'd think it would be easier, but at first it was a little awkward. These are kind of almost like a laminated, like that's what they feel like something that was laminated. But they do shuffle very nicely, at least that kind of hand over hand. Now and sorry guys, I'm not a fancy shuffler. When I do a more traditional shuffle, not quite as much, and I think that's just because of how narrow they are. But when you do a hand over hand, it's not too bad. Now, like I said, the imagery is very steampunky. And
Pentacles.
oh, this is something of pentacles.
Pentacles.
Using my yoga bolster here.
Eyes. One once. Be my eyes. Active.
So now these,
Be my eyes. Take picture. Button. Take picture.
when I scan them,
Picture. Please wait.
With the app that just reads text, it's not always reading them.
Card showing a stylized, feminine-looking robot standing in front of a dark industrial cityscape at night. The robot has a pale face with a large yellow eye, red lips, and small red devil-like horns on its head. It
I'm
wears
just
a
listening to the description of this.
A red cape and mismatched high heels. One black, one grey. Across its torso it holds a large double-ended wrench-like weapon or tool. In its raised right hand it holds a circular pentagram symbol. Two crescent moons appear in the sky to the left. The ground near its feet are scattered small metal parts like screws and bolts. The card is lying on a blue fabric surface.
So, okay.
Clear button. Clear.
So just describe the image to me. It's this sort of steampunky, sexy robot lady. Is that how you would describe her, Declan? Declan?
Yes. A robot holding onto a massive wrench and a pentacle.
I think this is the Two of Pentacles because even when I scan it with the app that can do the images, it's not always getting what the specific card is. So what I usually have to do is in the app where it will scan the images, I can ask it more questions and I just tell it that it's from the Deviant Moon Tarot, and then it can, you know, whatever AI frickin' does, gather its sources from the ether and then tell me what card that is for this deck. So at least I can do it that way, but right now this is not a deck I would probably use for other people. I just use it for myself because of that. It just sometimes takes too long for me to get what the card is to do a reading for other people. Now I will say I do like the energy of this deck. There's something about the energy of this, I don't know. Ever since I picked it up and started working with it, there's something about the energy. It is a little, I don't mean darker in like a bad or negative sense, but there is something a little darker, and despite how I present, I kind of have a dark side that I really like to to dig into. I'm really into like working with like dark feminine energy. So there's just something about these cards that when I hold them, I get that vibe and I really like it. I also will say I do not like the guidebook sucks. I don't know visually, you know, how great it is, but it's just this little book. And I will tell you, trying to scan it with an app as a blind person, not fantastic. So that's pretty much worthless. And it just comes in this, you know, chintzy cardboard box. So I need to get like a tarot bag or like a better box for it. I've been pairing it with my Starlight Tarot or my, that's why.
CAI active. CAI. Starlight Gold Edition.
Starlight Gold Edition Tarot.
Starlight Target Decker Gold Edition.
It's not gonna tell me who it's by.
Glass Core Starlight Tarot Deck Gold Edition. Starlight.
Well, anyway, I've been pairing with my Starlight, which this is kind of my go-to deck. This Starlight Gold Edition deck is kind of my go-to deck that I work with the most. It is very well shuffled. It shuffles very nicely. The cards are bowed at this point. But some of them are starting to tear. But I've been pairing that with these, and I kind of like that. I think that's been working out. One more before we unbox here. I can't find my. Oh, here they are. Here they are. This deck I was very excited to get. However, when I got it, I didn't realize it was the pocket edition. So this is the Rumi Oracle.
Headings. Speaking weight 17. MT comment. CL words. MI comedy. End dot. Divine. Amama. Fairchild. Ruby. Oracle. Poker edition.
Diana Fairchild Rumi Oracle Pocket Edition. I was very excited about these cards. I could not wait to get it. I think the Rumi cards are, Rumi's just wonderful. Like, just, not even just for divination or anything, just like you should just read Rumi. But I still want to get the traditional regular deck, and especially with the guidebook. But these are still great, and I love these. They're a little small, and I actually find smaller cards harder to handle. It's like they have to be like the perfect size, right? Because like if they're too big, it's too big, and if they're too small, they're too small. So these And again, they're new. You know, I have been working with them for a few weeks now, but they're still pretty stiff. But they shuffle all right. They are a thicker cardstock, but they do scan very well. So when I am using my apps to get the information accessibly, they do scan very well. And you know, I'm able to get the information off of them. So I do like these. These I don't necessarily pair with with a tarot deck. I kind of do these on their own, although a lot of times, you know, I'll usually do these like after I've done a tarot draw. And for me, by the way, it's not always about romantic love either. It is also just sort of self-love and all the different types of love that exist. This is another deck
Create the love you desire.
that I did get. It's the Love Oracle.
Attract and create the love you desire.
Attract and create the love you desire. I got this one too. I was a little on the fence about this, but you know, I do like this deck, except the lid doesn't always come off easily. So this is is it right side up?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Love Oracle. Again, obviously, a lot of times these things are made for like when you're looking for romantic love. But I think a lot of this also applies to just love in general, and particularly self-love and the different types of love. And I will say, having played with this deck a little bit, you know, there are cards in here that, you know, it definitely can relate to more than just romantic love. These are a decent card stock. They're pretty standard size, I would say. They're not super thick, they're not thin, they're not real chintzy, but they're not also like that kind of laminated style. They do shuffle pretty well. There's not a ton of these. I think there's only 48. But I've actually gotten some good draws on these. I don't have a particular deck I'm pairing this with right now. It's probably going to be the Starlight one again if I'm going to use these, if I want to pair it with a tarot. They do scan great with my apps. And the guidebook, again, just kudos to the guidebook, because again, it is in alphabetical order, and these also have numbers, so they're in numerical order as well. So that makes it, I would think, even like as a sighted person, it would make it real easy to find what you're looking for in the, did that wrong? In the guidebook as well. Is that just a piece of paper that flew?
I feel like that was part of the deck.
Was it? I think it was just, no, I don't know. Oh, yeah, just this piece of paper. So, so I actually, you know, a little kind of like, I don't know about this deck, but I do like that. So, and then my last deck that we just literally got in, I don't know where it went. Is this it? What's this?
Let me see.
Is that Relative Tarot?
It's upside down. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. We can open this. This just came the other day. I found these at a local shop, and I really have been wanting something kind of specifically to work with ancestors with. So this is the Relative Tarot. And, so that's nice. It opens up with, I'll have to play around with these a little bit more, but I am excited for these, and I hope they live up to expectations.
The rims are gold.
Cool. We'll look at those in a minute here. I will play around these a little bit more and maybe do its own video, because again, I'm just now opening them and I need to play around with them a little bit more. I'm gonna break a nail, and I keep breaking nails because it's winter. Okay, let's see. So yeah, definitely gonna have to play with these a little bit. First impressions. Let's put this here. And I'll have to look at the guidebook too, but for just opening it up, they're not shuffling too bad here. They're a good size. They're not super big, although they come, oh, those are stiff. Woo, girl, we gotta work with those. Oh my God. Yeah, those are pretty stiff out of the box. We are gonna have to work with those. Let's see here. Are those the images or are those
Yeah. That's that's the image.
Okay. So we'll hold this up. What's it look like to you? And zoom in.
A lady in a pose with pants and bra. No shirt.
Oh, she's topless?
Well, she has under.
Oh, she has a brassiere on.
Yeah.
How do I keep putting my phone? Oh, there it is.
Scene recognition.
Let's see.
10, 1. Magician is a 10.
Oh, the magician. Okay.
Be my eyes. 19. Be my eyes.
This is the last one. We're almost done.
Be my eyes. Take picture. Take picture. Did.
Now, this deck is supposed to be more diverse.
Tarot style card on a blue fabric background, showing a black and white illustration of a woman posed like a stage performer or magician. She's standing with one arm raised above her head and the other extended outward.
She's like,
With straps and jewelry. Above her head is an infinity symbol. Text on
Okay.
the reads 19, 10, 1. Magician. Capital I. 1 S 10.
Wait a minute.
Take picture. Tarot style card on a blue
Why is it
fabric
saying
background,
19?
showing a black and white illustration of a woman posed like a stage performer or magician. She's standing with one arm raised above her head and the other extended outward.
I don't know.
With straps and jewelry. Above her head is an infinity symbol. Text on the card reads 19, 10, 1. Magician I. 1 S 10s.
I'm gonna have to play with this a little bit because it's saying 19 and also 10, which neither of those would be the magician. What's the number?
Let me take a look. 1.
Why is it scanning 19 and 10?
I don't know.
Okay, well,
Wait. The size of the card.
the size?
Yeah. Has to be.
No,
Maybe.
because it's scanning with the images anyway.
Maybe like the time frame of that image, 1910.
Oh, yeah, because that is like the time period. Okay, it was just dummy. I saying it really weird. So it's black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is this one black and white?
Paint. It's like oil pastel.
Okay. Do people look diverse, like different skin tones and things yet?
White old man, red coat, with holding a stepper.
What about, let's just look at some of the images, see if any of them, because they're supposed to have like diverse.
White man,
That's
black,
a white man.
holding the moon. Well,
White men still?
yeah.
Gone. Okay. How about now?
Yes, still.
No more white men. We don't need more white men.
Yes, more.
More white people?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's disappointing.
More. Including a including
well.
a white woman.
Alright.
I don't know how you label something. What?
Oh, you done with the phone?
No, well, almost. Are those the pictures?
Back.
So, I don't know how you label something diverse and then it's not at all diverse. That's very disappointing.
Scam.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a scam. All right. So, anywho, that we will have to play around with. Besides having apparently just white frickin' people, we'll have to play around with a little bit. But those are the new decks I got for the holidays. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. And to all my beautiful, lovely people, I hope you're safe. I am sending you love. I am sending you positivity. I am sending you safety. And again, let's stand united, those of us here in this country. Love you all.